My name is Lacey and welcome back to Late Night Coloring Mama. Tonight we are going to do a color and chat. So yesterday I did a poll for this color and chat on what I should color in. I put a color by number book with my Ohuhu brush tip dual-ended markers or a non-color by number. And color by number won by 69%. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. This is the book that I chose. It is Mindware Coloring Collection, Color by Number, Mystery Mosaics. Just says use color to reveal secret images, and this is book 9. We're slowly making our way through these books, but we're definitely doing it. I have my paper already in the back. And this is the page we're doing, and it has the colors right here. And in the book, the answer key's on the back. I'm not going to share that. We'll see when it's done. These are all the colors that we could be using. So that's that. And then these are the markers. I'm using the Ohuhu 48 colors dual tip coloring markers. They're non-toxic, coloring, drawing, calligraphy, and more, and they're water-based. So when I first purchased these, I don't think I knew they were water-based, but I have tried them in these types of books and they work. My Color Questopia book, they do not go good in. So yes, so I'm going to be using the brush tip on these markers. I am going to be using one Dabo and Shabo marker because the color that I was looking for didn't seem like they had the one I wanted, so I chose a Dabo and Shabo for one of the colors. And excuse me, my voice is just today. So grab yourself something to drink, and we can get started. I am drinking. I actually made a 2-quart pitcher of this great value. It's from Walmart. They have these drink packets, and you just pour a packet in and fill it with water and stir it up. I am drinking a strawberry watermelon, and it's really good. Really, really good. So just a second here. I'm going to get myself a drink because of my throat. I'm sorry about that. My throat is just really dry lately. Okay, and let's begin. So the first color I'm going to start right at the top here. Push this paper in as much as I can here. And it's kind of blurry, number 14, which if I look here, it's light green. So let me grab the color that I'm going to use for that. So the color that I chose, and again, these are Ohuhu dual tip markers, I chose is lemon green for a light green, and it's number 43. These markers have fine and brush tip. This is the fine. And I usually love fine, but these ones felt a little funny to me. I'm sure I'll love them the same, but they felt a little different. And these are the brush tip, which I love. I did get these off Amazon as well as the coloring book and also my Dabo and Shabo markers, so I will link those down below. And let's get started. So I'm going to start here. And I want to thank you guys for voting on what to color. I do need some more practice with these brush tips. I've only used brush tip markers a couple times, so I look forward to coloring with them. And this is actually a pretty nice color, I think, this lemon green. That's what I said, right? Yep, lemon green number 43. Are any of you guys coloring along tonight? Are you just hanging out? Are you diamond painting? Are you doing any other fun hobbies? Or do you have a new hobby that you're doing or trying out? That's actually kind of bright. I don't know if you can really tell on the camera, but it actually looks kind of bright on my end. So how is everyone doing? How are you doing tonight? Today, tonight, wherever you are. Hope you're all doing well. That you're all healthy and feeling good. Okay. I'm doing pretty good, actually. I'm actually recording this on Sunday. I put new videos up on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And if I ever cannot do that, I will put it in the community tab. That is also where I put the poll. Also, let me know if you guys like doing polls. I thought it was kind of fun. I had never done one before, and I just I'm going to try that, and I thought it was kind of fun, so. Is anyone reading any good books? If you are a reader, I'm reading a couple different books. I am one of those people who can read multiple books at a time. I try to read a little bit each night, and I usually read, let me see, the most like maybe 6 books, maybe 5 to 6 books, but I usually switch it around. Like one night I'll read a certain book and the next night I'll read the other, and then I'll end up going back once I circle around. It depends, unless I'm super hooked into the book. Because there's a couple stories that I'm reading that I could probably just read straight through because I like them. I am reading City of Glass, Mortal Instruments, Shadow Hunters by Cassandra Clare. Have you guys ever heard of that? I'm on book 3. I've read the first 2 and they are so good. It's kind of like a fantasy. I would say maybe a YA fantasy, young adult fantasy. But it's so good. I could just read that straight through. And I'm also reading a book called The Perfect Marriage, and I'm only like a little over 20% through the book. I think it's by, I might be saying it wrong, Geneva Rose. I'm only, like I said, only 20 to 21% in, and oh my gosh, you guys. It is having me on the edge of my seat. I'll give you kind of a breakdown if I can. So there's this lady named Sarah. She's married to a guy named Adam. She is a lawyer and he is a writer. And she's a busybody, always working. And eventually they buy a cabin because she thought it would help him with his writing, and he wanted a cabin for them to get away and help with his writing. So he goes there a lot to try to do some writing. And she a lot of times makes plans to be there but doesn't show up till late or doesn't show up because of work, because she's busy. Well, one day she's working and he just wants to see what's around the cabin, finds a coffee shop, and he meets a girl named Kelly. And he's like instantly attracted to this girl and wants to know more about her. And they start talking. They talk a lot. He stays there most of the day at the coffee shop. One thing leads to another. He has her back at the cabin, and they're doing things that they should not be doing, considering he's a married man. Anyway, something happens. They've been doing this for a while, so they've been having this secret affair, and I don't remember if she's married or she's with someone. I think she might be married too. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, he has to leave to go home one night, and he leaves a note for her at the cabin because she stayed with him that night at the cabin, and he has to leave to go home to his wife. And when he gets home to his wife decides, she works a lot and she wants to be with her husband more and still work, but she wants to have a baby. And she tells her husband, and her husband thinks, yes, because he wants a baby too, and he's going to end it with Kelly. And so the next day, his wife is at work and he's at home. The police come to the door and they ask if he knows Kelly because something had happened to her. So he gets taken down to the police station. His wife gets called and she doesn't know what's going on. She gets there and the police kind of explain some things and tell her they're sorry, and basically what happens is she wants to be her husband's lawyer. Oh my goodness. I was like, what? After he had this affair and everything, and granted, you guys, it's a book. I don't think that could happen in real life. But it has me at the edge of my seat. I'm not very far, and it gets intense. And she's trying to keep straight and be like taking everything seriously and not cry and ask him questions. And when she's getting ready to leave because she's had enough for the day, she gets knocked down leaving the door, and her husband gets punched and his face is beaten up, and it's another police officer doing that. And where I left off is they find out that the police officer is Kelly's husband. And that's where I left off. Oh my goodness. But it is so good. I've heard many mixed reviews, on it. But I always go, it doesn't matter what other people think of what you read. It's what you like. And I personally, oh my gosh, I don't know what to think. It has me on the edge of my seat and I just want to keep reading it. And then I'm reading a short story by Joe Hill called The Pram. And that is just creepy. So I read wide varieties of books. Let me know what you're reading, if you do read. So it got to be 51 here today, which was absolutely beautiful. 51 degrees in March. And it's technically not even spring yet until March 19th this year. But usually, where I live, we have snow till like probably the end of March, maybe beginning of April. But no. But 51. The weather has been really weird, so I'm not going to complain. You guys know I like snow. I wouldn't mind having snow, but I like the nice weather too, so I like it all. I like autumn, winter, spring, and summer. I really do. The weatherman is actually saying that this week it's supposed to be pretty warm. I think till Wednesday, and then the temperatures are going to start dropping again to like 40s and 30s. So which is, I wish it would make up its mind. I wish it would, I don't know. It's hard because I can't really get any more flowers to put out with my mom because they'll freeze, and I want, nice flowers. And I've looked at like stones, like little stones, cardinals and things like that, but they didn't have much at some of the stores, and I want to be able to actually see them, not order them, because I want to be able to feel to see how the quality is. And then, I always think about what if someone steals that, or I don't know. I just want it to be, if it's going to be nice, I hope it stays nice so I can get some nice flowers out there besides the ones that were out there that were nice anyway. But, it's been almost a month now, not quite a month since we've lost her. Days are okay, sometimes I still cry, and I probably will for a long time. I just miss her. And the kids do too. They talk about her once in a while. My youngest, I don't think she fully understands, but she kind of does. Or my oldest, he does, and he gets sad because he was pretty close with my mom too. My dad seems to be keeping busy, so I talk to him almost every day. I think they're even talking snow maybe next weekend. So I had a pretty busy weekend. Yesterday I've been washing curtains. I do, I already did my daughter's. I already did the bathroom curtains. So yesterday I did one load of my husband and I's bedroom curtains. And then I did our living room curtains. And I already did the kitchen ones previously too. So now what's left is my son's room, his curtains. So I'm hoping to get those this week. And then I did a bunch of laundry because we had so much. And then I rearranged my living room furniture around, put out some Easter decorations. And I don't have too much for Easter. I have some cute signs and some little decor. I have these window clings my mom gave me years ago, probably when my son was little. And they still, work and everything. We do that. And then I got this little glass ceramic egg thing that she had given me, and I put that out too. Yeah, so I rearranged the living room, dusted. We have hardwood floors throughout pretty much the whole house, yes. Except for the kitchen and the bathroom, they're not hardwood. But so I swept and then I vacuumed it. And then I cleaned the floor and cleaner that doesn't wreck the hardwood. So I was on a mission this weekend. Now we were hoping to get to the greenhouse and the 3-season porch, but we didn't. Saturday was in the 40s, so it was a little chilly. But today it was nice, but still chilly. When I woke up to let the dog out at like 5 in the morning, I think. And then I was wide awake because I couldn't go back to bed. It was like 16 degrees out. But I did get quite a bit done on the house. And then the everyday stuff, you make your beds and do the dishes. And then last night when I was in bed, we have a TV in our room. Sometimes if I can't fall asleep, well, if my husband's in there already sleeping, since I didn't record last night, we kind of he was up late working on his laser cutter. He was engraving some glass plates, which are beautiful. He was up later than I was, but I went in the bedroom and turned on Gordon Ramsay Hotel Hell. Have you guys seen that? Oh my goodness. I like those shows. I like seeing it, and I'm like, oh, it's gross at the same time, but it's true. You go to places and it just, oof, I don't know. But I fell asleep watching it, and he shut it off after he was done. So yeah, it was a pretty busy weekend. For lunch yesterday, I made like these fish sandwiches in the air fryer, which they were okay. I mean, when I was younger, I used to like pollock. I love cod, but I don't know anymore if I like pollock. And then I did some fries. Kids scarfed that right up. And then for supper, we actually, since it was so late, doing all the things, washing and cleaning, and just, he was doing laser cutter stuff. The kids were playing hard. They got wore out too. We just ordered a pizza. And we tried a new kind they had. And I was kind of like, oh, I don't know, it doesn't sound that good, but it was actually really good. It was called Maple Bacon Cheeseburger Pizza. It was so good. My son loved it too. Now my daughter, she only likes like cheese pizza. So we just get like the little personal size. And tonight I made some chicken tenderloins. You know, they're little, like, you know, chicken tenderloins are little. So I made a bunch of those, dredged them in butter and put a bunch of different seasonings. And then had mashed potatoes and peas. And my son devoured that up. We try to cook at home most times. Sometimes we'll order out if it gets to be too late. Like usually we have food set out, but if, you know, we get busy at home doing things and we look at the clock and the next minute, no, it's like 6 o'clock. It's like, oh my goodness, where'd the day go? Just get busy sometimes. The nice thing about this book is that if I miss the number, I can always go back. Okay, over here. Did I already ask if any of you guys had this book? I'm sorry, I must have had the page turned. I have a habit of turning the page. I'm trying to get better. I think for the most part I have gotten better at keeping it straight and coloring, but sometimes I just turn that page. Are any of you page turners who turn your page and you write in color? I do, and I write for sure. Or do you keep it straight? Cruising along. So today my daughter got her first big owie. Oh, and it hurt my heart so bad. She actually fell and she split her lip. And it was long and kind of deep. She was crying and I was almost in tears. You know, you see your kid crying and see they have blood coming out their mouth, and luckily she did not need stitches. But she is going to have a scar. And she's been saying, still, it hurts, it hurts. And I'm like, I know it's going to hurt for a little bit, but it's going to get better. It's so sad when kids get hurt. I remember when my son was little, you guys heard of Lightning McQueen from the Cars movie? He had a decent size, big plastic car. And I remember him wanting that car so bad. And it was like, I don't remember the price, but I was like, oh, that is spendy. And we happened to go into, we were out of town about 45 minutes away from us, which I mentioned that we go to a town about 45 minutes away from us every once in a while because they have a lot of places to shop where we don't have that many. I mean, we do shop at pretty much all of ours, but sometimes we go out of town. Well, we went into Best Buy. I don't remember what we were looking for, but they had a toy section, and I was pushing the cart, and we're walking down, and he was little, and there was that Lightning McQueen cart, and it was on clearance for $12, and it's a pretty big, long car, longer than this coloring book. I mean, it was a big plastic car, and so I was like, oh, I have to get this for him. So we got it, and he was always running around playing with it. And one day, when he was really, really little, and we had a big area rug in our living room, he was running and pushing that car, and he like slipped over the car, and it was like his head slid on the carpet, and he got huge rug burn. I mean, he had a huge scab and everything. Oh, it felt so bad. And I know a lot of kids get hurt when they're little, you know, they're learning all these things, and my daughter actually trips a lot. She runs a lot. It's so cute when she runs, but I'm always like, be careful because she does trip a lot. Like over her feet or something. Well, today, she fell and then split her lip. Yeah, so both of my kids have done things. I know I did too when I was little. My husband did when he was little, you know, but it just hurts your heart when they're hurt. We're forming an image. I've been wanting to sit back and watch a movie because it's been a while since me and my husband have watched a movie at night when the kids go to bed because they still have a bedtime. Sometimes on the weekend they'll stay up a little bit later, but not. I don't want them to get out of their bedtime too much because then their sleep gets all messed up. And so once in a while we let them, but last night I wanted to, but I was just so tired. I think I read for a little bit last night, and he was watching, I don't know what he was watching. He was watching something on YouTube where they take these boats on this ocean water, and it's so rocky, and I'm like, oh, they're almost tipping over. And so he was watching that, and I watch a little bit of it too, and then I read. So I was reading, but I got so tired my eyes could hardly stay open, and he was waiting for his laser cutter to finish, so I went to bed. And I'm glad I did, since I was up at 5:30 and wide awake. Usually, you know, I'm up late. I'm up late coloring with you guys, and I usually can't sleep, but some days if I'm not recording and I'm a busy bee, busy mom, doing things, you know, what I gotta do around the house or whatnot, get tired and I just need to sleep. Yeah, it was so nice today, and yet I'm so cold tonight. I told my husband, I'm like, I am freezing. Got some nice long warm pajamas on, and Right now I'm wearing this, I don't even know what you call it. It's a blanket, and it has a hood and has a button in the front. And it's big and fuzzy, and it like wraps around you. My son actually picked it out. I'm trying to think. It had to be in like December. My husband and son were at Runnings, and they apparently had these blankets there, and my son says, Dad, I think we should get Mom that to have. So they went there and they brought it back for me. Because my son and daughter always say, like, when we get in pajamas or blankets, we're comfy cozy, and they like that. So he thought, Mom needs to be comfy cozy. My daughter calls her favorite pajamas her comfy cozies. She's like, I want to wear my comfy cozies. I said, okay. We're almost done with the 14s, I think. Okay, let's see. All right, I think we're done with the 14s, so we can move on to the next color. Yeah. So I think I'm going to do 18, which is going to be turquoise. So let me get that here. Let me move some stuff out of the way. No, I'm not bumping the camera. Okay, so this will be... I totally didn't take out one color. I usually set out my colors, but I didn't take out one color. That's okay, I can always get it out. So turquoise, and I chose this number 34 peacock green. I thought that would be a good color. And I like how these can go on the end. I like when the markers do that. If they don't, it's not a big deal, but I do like that. So this weekend, the kids watched the movie Migration. It's with the, I think they're ducks. And I remember seeing the previews and it looking hilarious, and my son's like, yeah, we should see that. So they watched that, and they were laughing so hard. So hard. And I always make popcorn when we watch movies. So I made popcorn, and I ended up burning myself on the stove. Right across my arm. It looks like a big scratch mark. I think I got the rim of the pan. So yeah, I burnt myself, and I was like, It's been a long time since I burnt myself. Usually when I burn myself, it's in the oven when I'm pulling something out. And then a long time ago, I remember cooking, and I obviously was not thinking. You know, you're busy doing multitasking and something you need to get out of the oven, and you forget to grab the pot holders and grab the pan. Oh my goodness, what was I thinking? I wasn't thinking, obviously. That happened years ago. I remember that though, and I flung that pan in the air. Oh my gosh, what a disaster. trying to make a meal and you get stuff everywhere. And I had to be like, I was younger. I don't even remember. It was a very long time ago. I hadn't known my husband or anything at the time, but I did that and oh my goodness. But I guess that happens sometimes when cooking. And if it hasn't happened, you're lucky. Okay, I think that's it for the 18. I'm just kind of skimming around, so. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do is 32, which is going to be a light gray. So let me get that. And we'll probably do movie nights a few times this week. My son is actually on spring break from school. And he was very excited he gets to stay home. So technically his break started Friday after school. And it will go until next Sunday, and then he'll go back on Monday. They had a readathon at his school where they have to read and try to earn some money and put in how many minutes they want to read. And my son apparently won in his class, and he got sent home with a medal and a new book and some passes where he can wear jeans to school. He goes to a private school, so they can't usually wear jeans. So, but yeah, he can some days now, and he got treats, and he was so excited. His face was, he like came in the house, and I'm like, what's wrong? He had his hood up on his coat, because still wearing his winter coat last week, because it was still cold. And he had his hood up, and it zipped all the way up so I could only see his eyes and his nose. And I'm like, are you cold? What's wrong? And he says, ready? And I'm like, okay. He takes off his hood and zips his coat and shows me his medal. He was so proud that he got that medal for the readathon at school. And he has to read like every night for school, at least 20 minutes, the teacher says. So, but he's been reading a lot more than that lately. He's been reading mostly an hour. But I think it's more so because I've been letting him pick a few books from my Libby app, and when they're available, the books he wants, he can read them, and they're books that he wants. So I think that helps too. So he gets excited about reading. In a little less than a week and a half, I have to register my daughter for preschool. Oh my goodness. My baby. I always get nervous when my kids start school. I remember when my son did, and I was so nervous and like worried for like a couple weeks. And then I was fine. And I'm gonna be the same way with her. I did when my kids were in daycare too. I used to worry all the time. Are any of you like that at all? I did have someone leave a comment, which I love all your guys' comments. Kind of asking maybe if I could do a color in chat with, hang on, I gotta think, Animal Planet Wild About Animals. And absolutely yes, I would be happy to do that. I already put it in my calendar for next month, as I already have my videos planned for this month, but I did put it in for next month. So yes, I'd be happy to do a color and chat in that book. And if there are any flip throughs that you want me to do through any of the books that you have seen, let me know. I'd be happy to do that. Or if there are any other books you want me to just color in, doing a color in chat or a color with me where you don't even have to talk, let me know. I'd be happy to do that. I like that when you guys, tell me what you want to see of what I have. Yes, absolutely. I have no problem doing that. So yes, next month there will be a color in chat, an Animal Planet Wild About Animals, and I'm so excited to color in that book. I have not colored in it yet, so that really excites me. Sorry, I'm looking for, seeing if I'm missing any more. If I get really, really quiet, I'm usually thinking and looking at the book to see if there's any I'm missing. Okay, let's do 17, which is blue. So, if you guys can bear with me a moment while I dig in the Ohuhu box, this box of the trays, which I don't know how I feel about the trays, but I'm keeping them here for now. It works. Eventually I'll get maybe a new storage system in the future. Not anytime soon, but someday. And I've said in previous videos I'd like to get storage for all my supplies, but it's not needed. But stuff takes time, and you'd be thankful. I'm thankful for everything I have. So, and I'm thankful for you guys for watching my videos, for commenting, for being cool and nice all the way around. Because I'm not a professional. I do this to help me relax. I love coloring in general, so that's fun for me, but it helps me relax and just chat. I like to chat with people, so yeah. Okay, so the blue I picked is Napoleon Blue, and this is number 30. So we're going to try this. We'll see how all these colors I picked go. Coloring the straw, I'm really concentrating. I'm not talking too much here. At least I think it's a straw. Oh, there's one down here. Okay, let me just look to see if there are any anywhere else. I don't see anymore. So the next one I think I'm going to do is number 16, which is lime green. So let me put this one. Okay, so yeah, my son's going to be excited because he'll get to watch more movies. Not every day, but some nights we'll get to watch some more movies since he has spring break. And my daughter loves it too. She loves movie night with her brother. And mom. And dad. She's starting to get better at sitting through some movies. I usually let her pick, and my son's pretty open about watching anything, so. And sometimes she picks the movies that he likes, so. They actually watched a movie tonight. They watched Madagascar 2. They watched the first one. Wait a minute. We watched Migration on Friday. I said last night, I think. And then last night they watched the first Madagascar. So yeah, sorry about that. I'm getting my days all mixed up from the weekend being so busy. And I keep thinking my son has school tomorrow and he doesn't, so. But I did tell my husband I'll probably be still getting up at, because I have an alarm set to get my son up, and that's when I get up. Sometimes I'm up before, but I think I'm still gonna get up because I have actually, out of some of the books that I'm reading, I have 2 through the library, and I'm gonna try to finish them up because they're gonna be due soon. I'm reading November 9 by Colleen Hoover, which that's pretty good, and Picture Perfect by Jodi Picoult, I believe. And I'm trying to read Jodi Picoult's books down to 0 because I've liked all the ones I've read so far, which has only been like, I think this is my 3rd, but if I'm liking them this much, I kind of want to read them all. If I can, you know, something fun to try to achieve. And I'm still trying to read some of the books that publishers have sent me for review, so yeah, another reason I read multiple books at a time. Some books I don't want to end. Other times I could be at a part in a book that I feel like is dragging for quite a while, and I don't want to be in like a reading slump where I don't want to read anymore, or at least for a long time. So that's why I do that. Like I color a wide variety of things. I don't want to be in a coloring slump. Because I mentioned it in my February completed pages, that Crush and Color Ryan Reynolds, that was almost starting to put me in a slump, that picture. I don't know if it just had too many, like the flowers had a lot of details on the flowers and then underneath the flowers, and I was just getting kind of almost like over it. So I had to put it aside for a little bit. And then after a couple days, I was ready to color it again. So that's what I do with books too. If I don't want them to end, if they're so good, or if they're just kind of dragging on for a little bit, I put it to the side and then we'll pick it back up. Or my mind's in a better place. And it's not like that I'm not enjoying the book, Just sometimes they get to parts that it's like, okay. I think there's a lot of 16s on this. Do you guys ever get slumpy doing a craft or hobby? Or you just need to take a break for a little bit? It's not like it's boring or anything, it's just that sometimes you need to step aside for a little bit, do other things. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the little spots there. Whoa, that is like bright. Kind of bright. So tomorrow, if the temperatures, they're saying, could get up to 70 degrees tomorrow. 70 degrees tomorrow. And by Wednesday, start dipping down again. But if it's going to be 70, I think me and the kids are going to get outside for most of the day. Well, or a good chunk of it. Because there is stuff that I still need to do too, so probably a good chunk of it. I hope the weather is great where you guys are at. How is the weather where you're at? I wonder where they're at in this picture. So I got groceries last Friday, my 2 weeks. And I already had a bag of mandarins, but I got another bag. And I had some frozen blueberries. And I bought blueberries, and I bought pineapple and apples. I bought a bunch of fruit. And veggies I buy too. So what I do, the first bag of mandarins that I had I needed to use up, I make like smoothies, but then I pour them in them little plastic popsicle containers and freeze them. And my kids have popsicles and they absolutely love them. And I put coconut milk in them this time. I use regular milk a lot, but coconut milk, oh, it tastes so good. I don't always buy coconut milk, but when I do, when I see a good deal on it, I'm picking that up and we make smoothies. And sometimes I like it in my coffee too, so my kids are very happy. And then I also got, they had like these St. Patrick's Day frosted little sugar cookies. Got some of those for the kids. And then they had, I don't remember what the snack mix was called. It was like caramel corn with like drizzled green, I don't know what it was on it. And then white chocolate covered pretzels. It was a little treat mix for them to share. My daughter loves it all. My son says he doesn't really like the caramel corn, so, but he'll eat the pretzels. And then I got them, now I don't buy cereal too much for them anymore. I'm usually making breakfast, but I thought since they had the Lucky Charms, the St. Patrick's Day one, I got them that. And they were excited to have that, so, and they've been eating it. Only one box though, so. And then for actual St. Patrick's Day, which is next weekend, I got them a small little ice cream container. It's like, I don't know if it was called Lucky Cookie Dough or something kind of ice cream for them to split after they have supper. Because I got some corned beef brisket, and we're going to do the corned beef brisket, cabbage, potatoes, and carrots on St. Patrick's Day. And the kids are excited to set traps, so. Did any of you set traps as a kid? I did. I remember getting like a chocolate bar under there one time. Big, huge Hershey's chocolate bar. I remember making the little traps, and I put some of my like little toys. They have this little toy set called Caboodles. It was like a little miniature toy caboodle, like you put your makeup and hair stuff in and whatnot. But it was actually a toy with a little doll in there, and she had like a little house and everything. So I'd put her little stuff in there, like it's a friend or something, to be like a trick when I was a kid. I don't know where I thought of all that stuff, but that's what I did. And it was fun, so they're excited to set traps. And they each do their own trap. Yeah, I don't have any coloring books with any St. Patrick's Day in them. That would be fun though. I do have an Easter coloring book, and I do have coloring books with like spring Easter pictures, so that's exciting. Do you guys do anything fun on St. Patrick's Day? Do you cook anything fun? How about Easter? Do any of you celebrate? If not, that's okay too. I just like to hear if you do or not and what you do. It's always interesting to hear different things. I hope it's nice here on Easter, since we are hosting. Oh, I missed a 14. See, I'll just go back and do that later, though. Because I would like to have, because off my kitchen, there's a door, and if you open it, it's my 3-season porch out into the backyard, and it has patio doors all the way around it. Well, in the front of it. I don't know how to describe it. It's like 10 sliding doors. Well, not 10, technically 5 sliding doors, but 10 windows. That would be nice to have that open. The windows open in the house. I'm hoping for Easter, but I don't know. Weather keeps changing. If not, that's okay. Just thought that would be fun, and we can get outside and do some fun games. My niece was talking about if it's nice, she'll bring some yard games. And y'all like doing those things? Y'all like playing yard games? And okay, let's see. Oh, I missed some right here, right here. I totally skipped over that. These actually color nice. I like these brush tip. And I colored with them in my another one of these coloring books. And I did the ice cream sundae with the diamond painting light. Well, I call it my diamond painting light, but it's a light pad. Okay, let's see what if I missed anything. I'm not sure if we'll finish this tonight, but we might, we may not, we may get close. Okay, so the next color I'm going to do is 34, which is going to be dark gray. And the color that I chose for that is dust gray, number 59. Ooh, this one. There we go. Had a little bit of trouble getting the back cap on that one. I seen there's some new Ohuhu markers that are broad, that are huge markers. Any of you seen those? They are huge. Okay, gray. So, looks like a drink. But what are they drinking? Okay, let's see if that's it for 34. Next, oh, I missed one for 32. Let me go back to 32 quick. Ripped off the side there. That is light gray. Okay. See, that happens. You miss a color. Oh well. Okay, 26. Hot pink. So for hot pink, I chose Dog Rose, number 20. I just went with whatever color I thought would be closest. You know, they're not going to be exact, which is fine. It's always fun to kind of change it up too. Make it your own. Ooh, that is a very pretty pink. Or should I call it Dog Rose? Very pretty. You guys can kind of see some of my blanket over here on my arm. see. Now it looks pink. Any ideas? What do you think? What do you think? Oh, I almost did that one. That's okay. What do you think I'm coloring? Or do you guys have this book and I've colored this picture? That'd be fun. I always think of like a beach and like a smoothie. Excuse me, I have to take a drink. I'm gonna cough. Sorry about that. I had a tickle in my throat. Oh, I hate when that happens. Your eyes start watering. I still feel like it's kind of there, so hopefully I don't cough. I don't know. It looks like it might be pink. Or maybe it's just going to be the color of the glass, or maybe it's going to be multiple colors. Yeah, it makes me think of on the beach with the smoothie. My kids would love that. They love smoothies. Love the smoothie popsicles we make too. Oh, did you guys hear that? That was my stomach. I'm sorry if you hear that. I don't know why it's making noise. I already ate tonight, so. Sorry, I keep turning it. I'm really trying not to. Why do you guys like to color? Is it relaxing for you? Or is it just fun? I think it's both for me. My mind like relaxes. It doesn't, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it really. It's almost like I get a tingly feeling when I color. So me and my niece, we went to Marshall's. We have Marshall's where we live. And we were browsing and looking at things, and there's so many things I could have gotten, but I always look and decide if I need that or not. Well, I probably didn't need any more blankets, but I wanted one at the end of my bed to match the comforter. So I got a blanket. I love their blankets there. But anyway, we were looking at like the home decor, and I seen this ceramic, and it was probably the size of the coloring book that opened like this. It was 3 green frogs on this green leaf. I wanted it so bad. I kept debating and going back, but I talked myself out of it. I think I need to get rid of some things before I get stuff, but I loved it. I like brought back nostalgia. Like, I don't know if my grandpa had something like that or if my aunt, but I like instantly wanted that. It relaxed my mind, made me happy, and I was trying to describe it to my husband, and I tried even looking on Amazon and just searching it online to see if they had one. And it wasn't really expensive at all or anything. I didn't need it. It was a want, I know, but it just brought me so much joy. And they had these mushrooms not too far from it. They were red and white, and they almost brought back something. And I was like, but the frogs definitely did. And I still am trying to figure out, did someone in my family have something like that years ago? Because I remember the old plant, I don't know what you call them, like plant hanger things you'd have in the house. And they had stuff hanging from them and like a glass mirror in the middle you set up. My grandpa had those, and I loved those. Absolutely loved those. And I don't remember if they had a plant on it or what they had on them, but just things that bring up like memories make me happy. Okay, I think I'm done with 26. So I'm probably going to do one more number, and then I'm going to have to do a part 2, I think. Which the part 2 will be shorter, I think, unless I'm talking a lot. It's always fun to talk to you guys. I do enjoy it, truly. So thank you for listening. Okay, so I'm going to do 28, which is salmon. And I chose a pastel rose. So we'll see what this looks like. And I think in person it looks pretty good. At first I was like, oh, maybe I don't know. I'm actually liking it. A fun little maybe spring break picture or summer picture, something fun. Now I'm getting quiet. I'm starting to get a little tired, I think. Okay, let's see. I don't see any more 28s. So let me color that 14 quick so that doesn't bother me and have me thinking all night. So that was light green. So get this here. And I use the lemon green for that. All right, what do you guys think so far? It's a fun little picture, I think. So yes, I will definitely do a part 2, be a shorter one. Something fun. It is Mindware Coloring Collection Color by Number, Mystery Mosaics. Use color to reveal secret images, book 9. I know I haven't been able to find all these anymore on Amazon. If it's still on Amazon, I'll link it below. I'll also link the Ohuhu dual tip coloring markers and the Dabo and Shabo. And if you liked this video, please consider giving it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. I always do this in every video. Please consider subscribing. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope you all have a nice night. Happy coloring. Bye.